Godspeed Program, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. Today, we're talking about Motor City Devils. And it's going to be shamefully good times indeed. But first, hard work works. I'm sure you know that. I've said it, I don't know, every week for a year. Hard Work Works fitness app. Kickstart your road to fitness with the Hard Work Works fitness app. It's for all ability levels. Full gym, no gym. Ain't no problem, Jack. What's included? 200 workout plans available for every situation, from a full gym to no equipment at all. There's a nutrition guide to keep you on track. All this, only $10 a month. There's a special offer for deprogram listeners. Use promo code STUPID and get your first month free. The Hard Work Works fitness app. Decide, commit, succeed, and join the hustle today. Joe, I love you, and I had to read it from the phone because I keep messing up the read. I never get all the information right. Today we're talking about Motor City Devils. So, John, you put them on the table. What is it about Motor City Devils? Why do we need to be talking about them today?
Because they were/are just a kick-ass fucking rock band, man. Like, in a time in like the late 90s, early 2000s when it was a lot of like indie rock and stuff like that, they just came out and were like, yeah, man, balls to the wall. We're gonna take it old school. I mean, you go back to all their influences are like stuff from the 70s and stuff. They were amazing live. Got to see them a few times, and just a great rock and roll band.
So Bob France joining us. Bob, it's been a while since you've been on the show, and I think your submission to join this was just Motor City Devils ! So
yeah, I'm a big fan. I love this band. I remember the first time I heard Murder City, I had a tape. It was a dub. Like, somebody had dubbed two sides of a tape, and one side of the tape was At the Drive-In, and the other side of the tape was Motor City Devils. And I rocked that tape nonstop. Like, it was just so fantastic. And I would say, who is this? Because the energy and the power and the kind of pent up rage and just fun of Murder City. Like, Spencer Moody isn't a great lyricist, but man, he can drop some cool lines in a song. Like, it's really fun to listen to. I really enjoy Murder City. I've been a fan. Hell, there's pictures of me and my wife in New York City on top of the Empire State Building, and I'm wearing my Murder City Devils shirt. I still own a Murder City Devils shirt in Name and Blood. Like, I have it. I still wear it, and I can tell when someone's cool because they'll go, "Oh, I love that band." And like, yeah, they rule.
Yeah, they were friends with At the Drive-In. They toured with them a bunch.
They're like a real. I mean, even like hardcore kids and like punk kids and stuff really didn't know Murder City Devils. Like, they kind of flew under that radar.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just think they deserve more props for what they were able to do. And like you were saying, John, in a time where you had a lot of indie rock and like a lot of like shitty rap rock bullshit, like Murder City Devils were just going to punch you in the mouth and play really hard and really fast. And then some of their music even sounds like spooky Halloween stuff.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, that organ is so good. Yeah.
That organ is amazing. I think what's her name? Leslie. She went off and joined another band.
She was in Hole, I think, for a little while.
But didn't she? I can't remember. She was in like, oh, fuck. Let me look it up while we're talking. But like, I would explain it to people like, well, what does it sound like? I was like, well, like some of it sounds like spooky Halloween music. And it's just,
they did a cover of Misfits. They did Hybrid Moments on the LP version of A Name in Blood. It's one of the best Misfits covers.
Yeah. Well, she's wonderful. I mean, like, the whole band is wonderful. She played for Hole. I thought somebody in Murder City was in a pretty popular like 2000 indie rock band.
Oh, Modest Mouse. Yeah, the couple of them were in Modest Mouse later.
Okay.
The guitar player, I think. Yeah.
Very interesting. That's some juxtaposition there.
And like Cold War Kids, maybe, if you know Cold War Kids.
I'm familiar with the name.
No, I want to say, I can't remember the name of the band.
Jim and Steve.
No, oh, fuck, who cares? But yeah, whatever. They fucking rule. That's why I was excited to talk about Murder City Devils, because they rule. When are you going to get a chance to talk about Murder City Devils with people?
Well,
I think I got to tell the story of the time I saw them in a living room, if you'll give me a minute.
Sure,
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Please.
So yeah, this was in Athens, probably right before In Name and Blood came out. Maybe there used to be a house there called the Ultramod Compound. and it was just like some dude's house, and like the living room, like Murder City Devils were gonna play. It was amazing. So they're just kind of hanging out before the show, like drinking, whatever, like kind of hanging out, doing the thing. So it gets time for the show. They start loading in, like start setting up, and you kind of see them like, oh, where's Spencer? I haven't seen him. Where is he? Oh, where'd he go? I don't know. So gets time for the show. They're plugging in, like, okay, we're ready. Everything's tuned up. We're ready to go. Where's Spencer? They're just kind of joking around, like, oh, okay. You can tell it's not a bit. Like they didn't know where he was. So they used to have this dude, Gabe, who was like their roadie.
Yeah, Gabe rules. Yeah.
Huge, long-haired, bearded, like probably 6'5", 300 pounds. And they're like, Gabe, where's Spencer? And he just like storms off. He's like, I got this. He's gone for like a couple of minutes. He comes back with Spencer under his arm. And I guess he had found him like passed out in the van, like drunk maybe. He puts him on, like, and we're in the living room, like just someone's house. Just stands him up in front of the band, in front of the microphone. He proceeds to just go through the show. His eyes are closed the whole time. Sings the whole song, or sings the whole set. Done. Back to the van. I think passed out again. And I had seen, it was amazing. Like to see them in a room, like a living room with like 25 people was one of the coolest things ever. And I think the next time they came through, they were playing at a bigger club. And I went and talked to him afterwards. So after the show, I was like, hey, I was at that show you guys played in Athens at that house. Was that like a joke? Were you like doing you were doing like a bit, right? That was like a shtick. And he was like, no, man, I try to make it to every show.
I try to make it to every show.
I was like, all right, right on, rock and roll, man.
Yeah, like you can tell he's living the bit.
Yeah.
Like he's singing a lot about empty bottles and broken hearts. And I think that's another reason why I dug it so much, because at the time, 2000, 2001, I was very reckless in my own existence and partying a lot and drinking a lot. So like I found kind of comfort, I guess, a camaraderie, if you will, with this band who just sang a lot about like, truckers and shit. I don't know.
And don't get him confused with the lead singer of Harvey Danger, even though they look exactly alike. They're different people.
Spencer Moody's way cooler than the dickbag from that band. I mean, come on.
Oh, he's got the full beard now, I think. It's crazy.
It's cool. Like the later stuff is kind of neat because I hadn't really listened to a lot of it. So I dug into it listening for this, because as I was saying before recording, I kind of get to a certain point with the band and I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like, I don't need any more stuff. Like, I'm okay. But I was listening to some of the later things that are kind of just almost discovery for me, as much as I love this band. And it's really cool. It's so much different and kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Like it's a different style of music, almost like they've mellowed in their old age,
Yeah. I mean, they broke up in 2001. You can get they have that DVD of their last show. It's amazing. And yeah, they got back together in it was like 2015 or 2016. They put out like a 7-inch single.
Yeah.
With a couple of songs. And then, a year or two later, put out that White Ghost record.
Yeah,
I'd never really dug into it, but yeah, it was kind of surprising. I liked it a lot.
It was really cool, man. Like, cause it's came out in 2014. It's called White Ghost Has Blood on Its Hands Again. And like some of these songs are like, wow, this is really different and kind of fun. I was really into it, man. I really liked it. So this was a case where it's like I've matured somewhat in my existence and they kind of have as well. I thought it was neat. It was cool.
So yeah, they weren't trying to like recapture. They weren't trying to like just, live out their youth still. They grew, and like it's a different kind of record. It doesn't sound like the old stuff, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's a different thing for sure. But I liked it. There were a couple of songs on it I really dug.
Now, are there any songs from that record that made your list? I know we're cheating.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll dig into that.
Okay. Anything right now.
But
all right. I was just asking because I'm trying to get this thing back on track because I don't want to take over Hulkster's podcast. He says like, how come you never come on? And I think I don't ever come on because this is what happens when I do. I just don't stop talking.
No, that's what I do too. No, we're good.
So my relationship with this band is not completely non-existent. I had never heard the name before. This was complete 100% discovery for me, which at this point is getting kind of rare. Like sometimes you hear a song or two, you know, like, but nothing from them. So everything that you guys have said are all points that I was going to make. Fun, spooky. There's a Misfits parallel. Like I wouldn't say that it's an exact Misfits, but you could definitely tell that they were influenced by the Misfits. Beer soaked for sure. Like I could definitely see them playing in a living room. Like that story didn't surprise me in the least. There's something very drunk and fun about Murder City Devils. So I had a blast listening to this.
The name alone is amazing.
It is fun.
Seattle, man. Seattle's Murder City.
See, I didn't know
City
that.
Devils it's such a good name. Like I love everything about this band. They're just so much fun. Like I said, I still rock that. That t-shirt is older than my marriage to my wife. That t-shirt is older than both of my kids combined. Like that t-shirt is great. And I still rock it. And I still rock it proud. I love that shirt. I was mad that my other shirt, because I had the red shirt with the skull on it with the crossbones. That's the one that I have on top of the Empire State Building. The shirt got ruined when I was living in an apartment in Norfolk. Like the toilet overflowed and the shirt was in the bathroom and got all gross. I was so bummed out that I had to throw it away. But yeah, no, Murder City fucking rules.
So and to that point, like them ruling, them just being fast and fucking punching you in the gut. 48 songs, 2 hours and 23 minutes. Now, I see that and get excited just in general, because a lot of times I'm doing like 8 albums, 7 hours. It's like, okay, like cool. But I saw 48 songs, 2 hours, 23 minutes. Sometimes that can be deceptive, but not with Murder City Devils. This shit was fun. So with that, John, what was it like? I mean, we really only had to kick out half of the songs. So what was your song choice like this time?
Yeah, so the two middle albums, the Empty Bottles, Broken Hearts, and In Name and Blood, those are like the classic Murder City Devils sound, right? It was hard to cut anything off of those because like I've lived with those albums for 20 years. Like I love them front to back. The first self-titled album is a little different. They were a little younger, like they hadn't really found their sound yet. I think it's a little not as quite as fleshed out as they would end up being, but there's still some great songs on there. And then like we talked about the White Ghost album, that's one that I'd maybe heard 1 or 2 songs from it, so I gave that one a few listens and tried to give it some equal time. But it's mainly those two just classic records that they're just in my, you know, for lack of a better term, they're just in my blood. Like I've listened to them thousands of times.
So Bob, this being your first time back in a while, what was it like for you picking your 20 songs?
I don't know, man. I really didn't even pick 20 songs. I'm just going to kind of roll with it and see how I feel. Like, you know me, man. I don't really come up with lists. Like before we were doing this, I was cleaning the kitchen, just listening to it. And the thing is, it's like with Murder City and with a lot of bands that I love, I'll just turn the record on and just listen to it. So it's like, it's hard to break these things up at all because like each song has a different feeling or a different meaning, or they all just kind of run together as like one long song. Like, I mean, like I said, I couldn't tell you the names of half of these songs, but I go, oh, I remember this line that I really liked in this song, or I remember this riff that I really dig. Or so it's like I had to sometimes just listen to like the first, 45 seconds of it and go, oh yeah, that's right. This is the one I was thinking about. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. This was
and much to John's point, like Empty Bottles, Broken Hearts. I mean, that was the first Murder City I ever heard because it was on that tape and I put it in. And the first song again, which I had no idea what it was called forever. I mean, I Want a Lot Now. I didn't know that was the fucking name of the song, but like I heard it, I was like, okay, I'm in. Like this is it. This is cool. I'm down. So, I don't know, man, like that just kind of started my love affair with it. And like, much like John said, Empty Bottles, Broken Hearts is just Empty Bottles and Name and Blood. It's just in my DNA at this point. I've heard it so much.
So it sounds like I'm kind of in line with you guys. Like I enjoyed the later 2 records. I did. And
so did I.
And I was able to pluck out a couple songs to bring to the table. But for the most part, when it comes to this band, I'm like, why am I going to direct them there when all this early stuff is so fucking great? Like, this is where it's at. And to get somebody here And listening to these first 3 records, then it's like, okay, if you dig this, now take the time and check out what they did when they came back. So I have stuff, but I definitely leaned heavy on those first 3. It was easy to make cuts, even though it was hard to make cuts, because I think here's what we're going to run into. Thankfully, there's only 48 songs, so there's only going to be but so many misses. I think it's just going to be choices. Like I wouldn't say necessarily there's a wrong 10 or even like we said with Fugazi that, we can pick any 10, but I think we can get the essence with just about any 10 Murder City Devil songs.
Well, because I think you're going to get the gist of it.
Exactly. And
my 10 and your 10 and John's 10 may all be different 10, but I think it's all the same. It's kind of all the same vibe.
Exactly. Which was what I was trying to find is that vibe, that drunk in a closet listening to a band playing in the living room. Like,
there's gonna be mention of cowboys and truckers, and these guys are. It's like they're like Tom Waits of truckers. Like Tom Waits loves trains, and Murder City Devils loves truckers and sailors and cowboys and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's recurring themes here.
And gravelly voices and kind of spooky Halloween type songs.
It's great.
So, with that kind of knowledge, John, what would you guess for the final say? What would you guess would be our unanimous choices? Like, how many do you think?
All right. So I'm thinking I'm gonna be optimistic on this. I got a pretty good feeling. I'm gonna say we get 7.
Ooh, nice, 7. Okay, Bob, what are you thinking?
I'll say 5.
Shit, that's exactly where I was going.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought you just split the difference and say 6.
Yeah,
Justin.
That's what I was going to do. Price is Right it up.
Yeah.
So, that feels right. I feel like we can do that. So, with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. We have each plucked out 20 songs from the Murder City Devils discography in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for you for Murder City Devils. I'm going to start here, I think. I'm going to start with a spooky Halloween sounding song. I heard this and I loved it. It reminded me of there was a band around here, Humanoids from the Deep. They leaned heavily on this kind of sound. Cradle to the Grave.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I have Cradle to the Grave.
Hey.
Give me.
Yeah,
that's easy.
That breakdown when it gets like, and then it crashes back in. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Here, let's get a little. Like I heard this. I was like, what? All right.
Yeah. He likes to howl. He's a big howler, which I really like. And being like a 21-year-old kid, like walking through the streets of Richmond, Virginia, drunk off your ass, I would howl a lot. Like there were times where I would just howl for no reason, a la Spencer Moody. Like people like, what is this guy doing? And I'm just howling.
Just howling, man. Get off my back.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Cradle to the Grave. Yeah, that one felt like a gimme. But you never know. You never know with this game. All right, John?
All right, let's go Bunkhouse.
I got it.
Okay, I don't. All right, John. Oops. John and Bob. All right, Bob?
All right, I'm going to go with now, when I worked in commercial radio, and as I said, I spent a lot of my weekends in Richmond, Virginia, because at the time I had a girlfriend there, and then I had another girlfriend there, and I would leave Friday night to go to Richmond to hang out with these women of Richmond, Virginia. And there was a radio show on Friday nights called The Late Late Rock Show. Hulkster, I'm sure you remember The Late Late Rock Show.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. John, you probably don't know what this is if you're not from Norfolk, Virginia, but there was a show on from midnight to 2 a.m. on Fridays, and they played the best in like indie rock and B-sides.
Right on. Yeah.
And every week I would call, or if we were doing a live remote on a Friday night somewhere, I would beg the host, Chad, I believe his name was Chad from the Late Late Rock Show.
Chad,
I would beg and plead for Chad to play Fields of Fire. from In Name and Blood. It's the last song on Name and Blood. I fucking love Fields of Fire. Again, it starts with him howling and just like that intro, the bow now 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 now, that opening riff is
when he screams that,
Yeah.
oh Lord, don't kindle your wrath against me. And,
so
oh my
good.
God,
Like,
yeah,
we
I got
go
that
to
one.
church on Sunday and we're back drinking on Monday. It's such a good song. I love Fields of Fire. It's just perfect. It's kind of weird and like tells this odd story about these drunk farmers. Because you get a lot of that with this. You know, there's a lot of truckers and farmers and fucking sailors, and it's perfect. Like Fields of Fire is wonderful. That's my song.
So John's got it. I don't, unfortunately. But
You're
it's
a dick.
sorry. It's in,
This is why I don't like playing this game.
You're kindling his wrath against you.
Yeah.
well, I'm just saying. I'm
That was
sorry.
the first song I was like, a Fields of Fire. It's gonna be Fields of Fire, and then nothing.
No, not nothing.
You know, Justin, you got no taste. That's what it is. That's what this boils down to at the end of the day.
It's also true. That's
No
also
taste.
true. That's why I do the show, because I'm trying to get some taste.
Yeah.
All right. How about I go? I've got this listed as number 2, so we'll see. How about Flashbulb?
No, I don't have it.
No.
Oh, wow. Just straight up trash. Okay. Into the not listed it goes. All right. John?
All right, we're gonna try to get off of this rough start. Let's go Dear Hearts.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah, I have Dear Hearts. Yeah.
Yeah. Back up and at it. All right.
Dear Hearts is a good one.
Let's see. Let's get a little taste of that.
No.
There are a lot of
Give me
yummy.
a break. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of yummy guitars
Yeah.
going on here. Lucan Wolf, like Blood in the Honky Tonk type stuff.
The
It's,
Misfits playing the blues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Bob?
You know what? Again, some of this, like, I know the point is to get songs on lists, but sometimes I just like to say things that I just really like for my own sake, you know, because maybe it's something that someone might not listen to, but if they hear the podcast, like, oh, that didn't make the list, but this guy really enjoyed this one, and I think everybody's gonna have it, but I really like Press Gang.
Yeah, I
It's
got
the
it.
opening song from In Name and Blood. It kind of sets the tone for the record with like the weird kind of spooky sounding organ. And then you have those drums kind of kick in, and then Spencer just starts yelling like a maniac. And you're like, all right, I'm down with this. Like, I'm good. This works.
I got it.
That is my favorite Murder City Devil song.
Oh, that's awesome. So cool.
Like when it kicks in, like, oh my God, amazing.
All right. Let me
I
find
will rock out in my car, in the living room, in the kitchen, whatever, whenever that comes on.
And the lyrics are so kind of like hanging from the ceiling, hanging from the gallows,
Yeah.
swinging in the breeze, dripping
Like
something in
pirates
the
and shit,
street.
yeah.
It's just like it's just such a just the kind of world that he writes in is so odd and oddball, but it's just, I don't know, man, it's just really good. You know, I fucking love it.
I just love that.
That's gay.
I love that stop there. Down. Oh, like I said, lots of yummy guitars.
Oh, when the chorus comes in, it's maybe their best moment.
You want to give it a sec? Let's get it.
Yeah. Right there.
It's good. It's really good.
Nice and tasty.
Yeah.
All right. So Press Gang.
Because I mean, in 2000, there wasn't a lot of music that sounded like this.
Right.
No,
Like
surprisingly.
there wasn't a lot of. I mean, they were on Sub Pop, so I mean, I don't know what the 2000 Sub Pop catalog looked like, but I mean, you weren't. This was. I mean, even for the indie rock kids, they're like, this is
Yep.
too much for me. Like a lot of the indie rock kids are like, ooh, you know, because it was very like kind of punky and fun, you know.
All right.
Dig it.
Back to Mia. I'm gonna just stay up towards the top of my list. We talked a lot about drinking. How about how about another round on you?
Don't have that one.
No, yeah, that was their last second cut, but
Oh,
that's one where they we Bob's talked a lot about the songs where they have those themes and it's all about farmers and truckers and pirates. They have these songs that kind of are about touring and about being on the road, and that I think is not their best maybe lyrical content. I love the song, but I think for this purpose, I think if I'm making a list for someone, those kind of songs maybe fell a little bit below some of the other ones.
okay. Fair enough. All right, John?
All right, let's hit up with this that with the White Ghost record. We haven't done anything off that yet. Let's go Cruelty Abounds.
Oh, you know what? That's a really good one, but that's not the one I picked from that record.
Yeah, I don't have it either.
Okay.
It's a really good song because, again, it's just so different. And I'm just going to go right into my pick from that record, which would be Old Flame. Like,
No, I don't have that one.
really dug the way his voice sounded and like the weird kind of like, here, I'm just going to play it because I have it right here.
Here,
Can I play it, Hulkster? Am
hold
I
on.
getting too far ahead?
no. Well, I mean, is that your next?
Yeah, this was my pick. This was going to be my next pick.
Here, hold on. Let me play it because it'll.
Do you have it?
Yeah, it's right here.
Sound better? It's called Old Flame. I really dug that one. It just sounded a lot different from the Murder City Devils that I know and love.
Piano.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though.
All right. So if this is your official,
It's got to be the longest song in their catalog, clocking in at a whopping 4 minutes
I
and
know,
13
right?
seconds.
4 minutes and 12. I don't have it. Just so you know.
It's fine. I just wanted to mention it because, again, we brought up that newer record, so I kind of wanted to get it out there.
Did you have Old Flame, John?
No.
Okay. All right. This is a good time for those. But I'm gonna go back to. How about? How about Demon Brother?
I have it.
No.
Okay, I got a second one there.
Like Demon Brother.
All right. So that one is JW and BF. All right, John.
All right, I've been looking at this one. I think it's the time. Let's try to hit on this one. I want a lot now, so come on.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Like, that was
Yeah.
the first Murder City Devil song I ever heard. And like I said in the intro, I was in. Like, yep, I dig this. Whatever this is, I like it.
All right, let's get a taste of that one. This was the one I was toying around with being my lead off. Because it's just good. Like, it's a great track one. If I would have started the discography here, not that they didn't grab me with the first record, but if you start here, it's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this was a statement coming off of after that first record. This is like, okay, we got some production. We figured out our sound. Like, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with right now.
That right there.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
I was listening to a bootleg that I have, and he talks about this song, and he's like, yeah, it's about growing up in Bellevue and like just wanting to go to Seattle and see all these shows and being in a shitty small town, and you just want to get out. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I dig it.
And they played it like 3 times faster than the album version.
That's pretty impressive to play that song 3 times faster.
Yeah.
All right, so I Want a Lot Now was John. Bob, you are up.
I'm just going to say these idle hands, they do the devil's work. These idle hands, they do a whole lot worse. I love that song. I think it's wonderful, and it just really works for me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a video for that one too. A cool music video.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
That was the single. Yeah, you can look it up.
Wow, I'm going to look that up.
All right. 2.
Did you have that one, Justin?
I
No?
did not.
Okay.
2 out of 3.
You're a real sack of shit, Justin.
Jesus. Golly.
No, I just want to throw this out there too, because I don't do this show a lot, and I don't appear on a lot of Justin's networks, and it sounds like you're doing very well for yourself. You have like commercials that you read beforehand, like you're like a real deal guy. You're like Mark Maron and shit. Like it's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah, right.
I know people might be listening to this go, who the fuck does this guy think he is talking to Justin this way? I've known Justin for 20 some odd years, probably.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Like about that.
Yep. I
You
I used to dress in the size MTs.
I used to, like I said, I mentioned commercial radio. I had a commercial radio show for a long time, and Hulkster used to call all the time and do a Hulk Hogan impersonation. And he would come out to the remotes and events that we used to do dressed up like Hulk Hogan. And like he would do it was great. So like I've known Justin for, I mean, you guys know him as like the serious podcaster, like music fan and overall awesome dude.
Do we know him as that?
Yeah, I'd say so.
At least comparatively, I guess.
So like, I just want to say that I'm breaking Justin's stones, and I know it's probably not super nice, but like this is it's all done out of love and fun. Like
It's
there's
true.
nothing mean or spiteful about it.
It's true.
I always kind of looked at you like a little brother or something.
Just look out. The Taylor Swift fans are going to come for you.
Oh, I love Taylor Swift, son. What you talking about?
Oh, me too. But
We're gonna do a Taylor Swift show?
I did one. And
What?
And they came for me. They didn't like our list.
What?
Yeah,
First, I gotta see the list.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the after show.
Okay, because I would have loved to have been on that Taylor Swift show, son. I can't believe that happened without my knowledge.
All right. So,
I like how you're just moving on.
I got to. How about Lemuria Rising? Lemuria?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, I guess
Tough to cut from those records, but yeah.
I guess I am.
That was a tough one.
I guess I am just a piece of shit over here.
Oh, come on, don't say that about you. That's my job.
All right, John.
All right, let's go back to that first record, and this is one that it's just so much fun. Boom Swagger Boom.
Oh man, no, I don't have that one.
Fortunately, I do not have that one.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, you're killing me.
That was
Sorry.
one of two that we got for answers from listeners as well. We only got two.
Really?
Yeah. It was enough to make me go back and listen to it. I just, you know how this discography is. Like, well, if I bring that one back in, what do I lose?
Yeah, no, totally.
So, all right. Which one did I play again? It's Lemuria Rising. Okay, and it's your turn, Bob.
18 Wheels.
Oh,
I never wanted you to be a sailor's girl, to be a
Hell
trucker,
yeah.
to
Yep.
be a trucker's wife, to be left behind. Like it's everything a Murder City Devil song should be. Like that's it right there.
I don't have it, but John,
Ah.
does. So
Yeah, I do.
So it's in the convo. You know what? I'm gonna go. What got me in? This song was the very first song on the playlist. I was like, oh, word, I'm in. Dance hall music. That silence tells me.
Crickets. No, I do not have dancehall music.
That silence tells me I whiffed, and I whiffed hard. Okay. All right, John.
All right, we are hitting a little thing here. This is we haven't done anything from this one yet, I don't think. This is one from Thelema. When I was listening to that bootleg I was talking about, he introduced it as a new song called For a Small Town. This one sure has a lot of assholes. Let's go with Bear Away.
No. Did we lose Bob?
No, I don't have Bear Away.
Oh, come on. Oh, play some Bear Away.
I have songs.
Okay.
I have
Justin-
songs on that record, but not that
Justin,
one.
you got to play some Bear Away for me.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna, and I think that's a good thing to do on whiffs now, just in case we end up needing them, is to start playing like clips. If give it its just desserts. Give it its just due.
I was sure this one was going to be in.
I was very, 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 very picky on the last two records. Like I didn't bring much to the table from it. So, although you're right, and listening to it's like this definitely deserved a little time here. All right, Bear Away. It is your turn, Bob.
Okay, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm gonna go back to Empty Bottles, Broken Hearts, and I don't know if anybody else is gonna have this one, but I really like it. Stars in Her Eyes. It's like oddly romantic and kind of weird. I've always really liked that jam. I don't know why.
I don't have it.
No.
You were born with the stars in her eyes.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be playing like me, because I am not playing well.
Oh, it's okay. It's not a game. I don't understand the game aspect. We're just having fun, man.
Oh, it's a game, friend. It is a game.
Then I never win, except the Oasis episode, which I totally dominated.
That's true.
Take that to my grave.
That was the fun part. Let's see. We talked about sailors. How about Hey Sailor?
Got it.
No.
We got 2, and I think that officially gets us out of NTP as well.
What's NTP mean? What does that mean?
New Trash Protocol, which just bummed John out.
A little bit.
Because he's dying to get in. So basically, New Trash Protocol is if between our unanimous decisions and in-conversation decisions, we don't have 10 songs, then we each get to pluck out 2 songs from the trash, one of our own choosing and one from one of the other panelists choosing.
Okay. All right.
We did it on Sonic Youth, and it was amazing.
Yep. But it will not happen today because we have 6 in the conversation and 4 unanimous. So, all right. Hey Sailor has 2, and it is your turn, John.
All right. I still got some from those middle records, but I'm gonna go back to the first one again and play "It's in My Heart."
Yeah, I got it.
Don't.
All right. It's in my heart. 1 for me and 1 for John. We officially have a conversation now, too. All right, Bob?
I'm going to stay on Empty Bottles and Broken Hearts. I really like the end of that record, and I love Johnny Thunders.
Oh, motherfucker!
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Classic.
Yeah.
Love Johnny Thunders.
Johnny Thunders is a great song. Like, it's so perfect.
Drunken City like New Orleans.
Why? I love the chorus. Why Johnny Thunders cry? Why? It's perfect.
I should have thought about who I was playing with. Like, I should have known that that's a Bob song. But
why? Why is that a me song?
I don't know, man. There was just something about it, like, reminded me of going to hang out with you and Mike, like, at the bars. Like, something about it, like, screamed, man, like, this is what it was like hanging out with you guys. For some reason, I can't really put my finger on it.
Go Johnny Thunders.
It just strikes me as a Bob song, man. I don't know.
All right, I'm down with that.
And it was. So I wasn't wrong. All right. Let me come to the middle of my list here. How about left hand, right hand?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I do not have left hand, right hand.
All right. It gets into the combo though. It sneaks on in there. All right, John.
All right. Let's try to hit on one here. How about Dancing Shoes?
No.
I have Dancing Shoes.
All right. Dancing Shoes for John. Dancing Shoes for Bob. All right, Bob.
You know what, man? I'm going to go back to the Ghost record that I don't think anybody has anything on, because I mentioned earlier in the recording that it was cool because they kind of evolved with their sound, like they were trying new things. But when you hear the first song, I Don't Want to Work for Scum Anymore, it's you hear this and go, oh, this is all the same stuff. This is exactly like I thought it was going to be. So I really kind of liked it was like putting on like an old cozy sweatshirt you found in the back of your drawer that you just put on. You're like, oh, I miss this feeling.
It's like that Taylor Swift song, Cardigan.
Yes, exactly.
I got that song, by the way.
Really?
I do not. It was a late cut for me. It's a good one though.
Yeah, I like that feeling. It just, for some reason, that sentence screamed Murder City Devils to me.
Yeah, right.
So, all right, let's see. How many do I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe we do 2 more rounds, and then we'll clear them out. How about No Grave But the Sea?
No.
Don't have it, but I really like that song.
All right.
Yep. Not a damn thing wrong with it, but
Off on My Own. like I said, that's one of those ones. I think it's just a choice. A choice was made. All right, John.
I drink the wine.
Yeah, I got it.
That was a late cut for me.
What?
Yeah, that was a late cut. And you'll understand why, I think, with my
No,
next
I don't think I'm going to.
I think you will. I think you will.
All right. So it gets to the conversation, and it is your turn, Bob.
Rum to whiskey was my pick.
Uh,
I have that one too. You could have had both.
I could have, but like I liked the rum to whiskey is, the old kind of classic country song adage, like guy kills his wife and then he starts drinking whiskey instead of rum. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I thought it was good. It's some good storytelling. I drink the wine. I thought was, I don't want to say too similar in theme, but I guess the booze titles kind of got me. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Say so. I do have rum to whiskey though.
All right, so it gets on to the conversation.
I have a lot of songs in the conversation, but I think that's the whole point of this band.
Yep, it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. So, I'll trot out one of my last one. My ones from the most recent record. How about non-participation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I like it, but it didn't make it.
Yeah, I had a feeling. All right, John.
Ooh, let's go back to that first record again. Make It On My Own.
Yeah, I got it.
Don't have it.
I got it. And Bob?
This is my last one. I'm going to say Bride of the Elephant Man.
Nope.
No.
All right, fine.
All right, so I'll just clear out here. What do I got left? Get off the...
How many did I say would get on the list? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won.
We got 4.
We only have 4 right now.
Yep.
No, we had 5 Johnny Thunders.
Nope.
Johnny Thunders was 2.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yep. But it looks
What do we do if everyone was over?
It goes to Bob because Bob was the closest. So,
Voices.
all right. Let's see. I've got Get Off the Floor.
No.
All right. Get Off the Floor. What else? That's What You Get.
No. Late cut.
All right. And One Vision of May.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. What do you got left there, John?
In This Town and Every Shitty Thing.
Oh, I love every shitty thing, but it's
Me
not
too.
on my list.
Me too. All right. So we did good, though. We got 4 through unanimously. Cradle to the Grave, Dear Hearts, I Want a Lot Now, so come on. And Press Gang unanimously. That means Bob gets the final say today. And here we go for our conversation. We got 14 in the conversation that we need to trim down to 6. All right, so we've got 18 Wheels, Bunkhouse, Dancing Shoes, Demon Brother, Fields of Fire, Hey Sailor, I Don't Want to Work for Scum Anymore, I Drink the Wine, Idle Hands, It's in My Heart, Johnny Thunders, Left Hand, Right Hand, Make It On My Own, and Rum to Whiskey. Is any of that jumping out at you that you need, John?
Yeah, a couple. I think immediately it's Bunkhouse and Johnny Thunders
Okay.
are the 2
All right.
that I would push for first.
All right. So let's go Bunkhouse here. Get a little taste of that. I can back that up. I was the odd man out there. And then, so let's put this. Come on.
Hits on all of those things
all
I
the
was talking about.
Yep.
tropes, if you will.
Yeah.
To the highway.
And then Johnny Thunders was so close anyway. I have no problem getting behind that. So let's bump that one through.
So we're putting both of those in?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So what do you got? Johnny Thunder, which I thought was on the list anyway.
And Bunkhouse.
All right. Okay.
All right. So Bob, Let's see. 12 left. 18 Wheels, Dancing Shoes, Demon Brother, Fields of Fire, Hey Sailor, I Don't Want to Work for Scum Anymore, I Drink the Wine, Idle Hands, It's in My Heart, Left Hand, Right Hand, Make It on My Own, Rum to Whiskey. Anything there jumping out at you? That...
Yeah, oh yeah. The first one that jumps out at me is Fields of Fire.
Okay, I was the odd man out there.
I don't think you can have a Murder City Devils list without Fields of Fire, because it just kind of sets the mood for the whole band, I think, in like this weird kind of like animalistic kind of riff driven.
I'm definitely good with this.
All right, let's see. Can put behind on that. All right. F. Fields of Fire. There you go. That puts us at 7. So now we need to start making some cuts here. So is there anything jumping out at you, John, that's like, you know what? It's been a great run, but you can go somewhere.
Yeah, maybe Demon Brother, I think. Yeah, that not a lot. I think I still like a lot of these songs. A lot of them would still fit on this list.
All right. So how about you, Bob? Anything that you feel like you can get rid of? We're getting rid of Demon Brother.
I could see that. I could also see getting rid of the song from the new record, I Don't Want to Work for Scum No More.
Okay. I think that's
that one.
I think this is a band we don't have to worry about representation at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that one could go. As much as I like Hey Sailor, because I think Hey Sailor got 2 votes.
Yeah.
I think we could lose Hey Sailor.
We have a couple other songs that kind of sound similar to that. We already have that style kind of.
Like I prefer 18 Wheels to Hey Sailor. Like I think
I can go with that.
I think 18 Wheels is one of those Murder City Devils songs that you're like, okay, I can pretty much guess what this whole band is about just by listening to 18 Wheels, and you wouldn't be too far off.
I think we can push for 18 Wheels to be number 8 on here.
All right.
What do you think, Justin? Are you cool with that?
Yeah, man, I'm with it. Here, let's find it on the list.
Listen to 18 Wheels.
So we can listen to it. Get a little bit of volume here. Song about a trucker.
What does he say? I'm never hungover, but I'm always way too drunk. Drinking when I should be sleeping, sleeping when I should be up.
All right, so that gives us 8. All right, and we got 7 left in the conversation. John,
the 8th one, I've got Cradle to Grave, Dear Hearts, Press Gang, I Want a Lot, Johnny Thunders, Bunkhouse, Fields of Fire, and then 18 Wheels.
Yes.
All right, I'm keeping my okay. All right.
All right, so here's the 7 that remain. Dancing Shoes, I Drink the Wine, Idle Hands, It's in My Heart, Left Hand, Right Hand, Make It on My Own, Rum to Whiskey. Is anything kind of outstayed its welcome at this point, John, you think?
Let's now we've got 2 here. We kicked the one from Ghost off. Let's hear, I think only one of It's in My Heart or Make It on My Own I think needs to be we can talk about one of those maybe can be cut. Like, can we hear a little bit of those and decide which one we're going to keep around and which one we're going to let loose?
Totally. This never helps. And you're well aware of this, John.
Yeah.
All right, now how about a little Make It on My Own? Oh.
That drum intro to Make It On My Own is so good. That might edge that one out for me. What do you think, Bob?
I like the bass line a lot and Make It On My Own.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess if I had to pick one song, because I didn't have any songs from the first record. So if I had to pick one song from the first one, I guess it would be Make It On My Own.
All right, let's do
Yeah,
that then.
Boom Swagger Boom is my favorite one off that first one, but yeah, Make It On My Own is a good one as well.
All right, so let's do that one. And put that one through. Push that up here. And that loses. Okay. So does that give us 9? All right.
Yeah.
This is solely your decision, Bob. We got Dancing Shoes, I Drink the Wine, Idle Hands, It's in My Heart, Left Hand, Right Hand, Rum to Whiskey. The final say.
Are you open to suggestions?
Yeah. Let me hear I Drink the Wine.
There we go.
Okay. That right there is why I had it.
I was going to say that one or Left Hand, Right Hand would be, if I was going to kind of nudge you in a direction, those would be the two.
I'm gonna go this one. I Drink the Wine, I think, is good.
All right. So let's.
Because like I said, that was a late cut for me. And for me, it was either that one or Rum to Whiskey. But like, I think I Drink the Wine hits a little bit harder than Rum to Whiskey. Rum to Whiskey's a little slower.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's fine.
I dig it.
I dig it too. That gives us 10. Here's our 10. 18 Wheels, Bunkhouse, Cradle to the Grave, Dear Hearts, Fields of Fire, I Drink the Wine, I Want a Lot Now, So Come On, Johnny Thunders, Make It On My Own, and Press Gang. Of those 10, John, which one would be your number one with a bullet?
Ooh. As much as I want to say Press Gang, because that's my favorite one, I think I Want a Lot Now, So Come On is the one that would grab people the most. Like Bob said, it's the first one on the tape you heard, and that is the number one for me.
What are you thinking, Bob?
I'm gonna completely agree with him. He basically, John, took the words right out of my mouth. That was the first Murder City Devil song I ever heard, and I said, okay, I'm good. Like, I don't know who this is, I don't know what this is, but like, kids are sure looking good in the city. I want to go to a rock and roll show. I know it's late. I don't want to go home. There's no reason to go home. Like, yeah, dude, that's punk rock,
All right, I will firmly back that. I Want a Lot Now, So Come On. Great way to introduce somebody to the band, I think. Get a little more of that.
Toggle switch there. Gotta love it.
All right. We have done it. Just to run it down one last time. I Want a Lot Now, So Come On is your number one with a bullet. 18 Wheels, Bunkhouse, Cradle to Grave, Dear Hearts, Fields of Fire, I Drink the Wine, Johnny Thunders, Make It On My Own, and Press Gang round out your top 10. A little more. I think we've made the right decision here. Blam, Murder City Devils. I dig it. You dig it. Man, maybe you dig me. That would be cool. Patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. If you do dig me. It's only $1 a month to get in the very exclusive club. And that very exclusive club includes me being able to talk. Also, lots of podcasts, like entirely too many podcasts, like a daily pod from me, the Oh Hi Justin pod. You also get Deprogrammed Before the Rest of the World. You get Gear Freaks Before the Rest of the World. You get #WrestlePals. You get whatever I'm doing. These Ghouls stuff, all of it goes right there to Patreon. It also gets you a special tier and color in the Discord. So I'm just saying, you want to come be on the Discord? That would be cool too. Hey, you don't want to pay? You just want to come play in the Discord? We'd love to have you aboard. Legion of Stupid is where you can find it. If you can't search it up, ask me for a link. It's really that simple. And we're a podcast, so that means you can find us on all podcast platforms. Would love to have you subscribe, rate, comment. But most importantly, I'd love you to tell a friend, hey, I enjoyed this show, because word of mouth is a thing, and I prefer it that way. And also, last but not least, if you want to come play, if you want to be on the show, just reach out. Tell me what band that you want to talk about, and if we haven't done it already, I'm just saying, it's that simple. That's how John got here. He was like, you guys screwed up Pearl Jam. I'm not going to let you do that for any of the other bands that I love. And here he is. God, how many shows has John been on, and how many shows is he going to be on? I'm just saying, it is that simple. So with that said, Murder City Devils, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.